On the average, a woman uses 168 pads in a year. So if one woman uses 168 pads in a year, that is 168 million pads per million women. 168 million pads is enough to litter the environment and cause harm to it. Hi, my name is Zainab Mukthar. I am 24 years old. I'm from Kano State, Nigeria. I am a communications expert and I am the CEO of Sustainable Limited. Okay, so from the name Reusable, the pads are the type that when you use it, you can wash it, dry it and use it again. So that's the whole idea of it. But the reusable pads can be made from different materials. So ours is made of bamboo fleece as the top material. So that's the material that goes against the body of the woman. And then there is a core material, which is terry. That's the material that is responsible for holding the fluid. And then we have a minky PUL. So the PUL is there to make sure that the fluid doesn't go out of the pad onto the underwear of the woman. So I started to get very interested about the environment, about climate change, about global warming, and everything around the environment. And then that led me to thinking that how do I personally contribute to this? And is there a way that I can control it? So I now realized that period waste is actually a very big contribution to landfills around my neighborhood and even around the world at large. On the average, a woman uses 168 pads in a year. So if one woman uses 168 pads in a year, that is 168 million pads per million women. 168 million pads is enough to litter the environment and cause harm to it. So I now started thinking, what can we use that will be good for us and for the environment? So one of the options I saw was reusable sanitary pads. From my research, I also realized that a lot of women are comfortable using reusable sanitary pads. They are actually healthier than the ones that contain plastic, so they are better for the woman. So I had a very beautiful experience using these pads, and my thinking was, how do we make this readily available for the average Nigerian woman? Like, how do we just get it without having to order it from another country? I found out that other people are making these pads, but it's just not enough to go around. So I asked myself, what if I start making these pads? I went into a lot of research. I realized that there's a need for it. There are people who want it but cannot find it. And then I decided to start producing these pads. So it starts from the design process. That's where we decide the length and the breadth of the pad itself, the size and shape of wing that we're going to use. So from there, we take it to the cutting process. So we cut it and then we sew the pads. From there, we fix the buttons and then we package it and it goes out to the final consumer. I'm happy that today we'll be able to produce reusable sanitary pads that I once got from China here locally in Nigeria. I believe that as it gains more acceptance and more women get to use it and appreciate it, we're going to be able to reduce the waste created from menstrual products and on a global scale help to solve the problem of environmental degradation.